No, no, hey, no,
All right.
no.
Hello, everyone. Doing an interview with Justin Porth.
That's me.
Yes. Eating some spicy wings with some hot or not so hot questions. We'll see how it goes. I bought these on season 2 of First We Feast Hot Ones. Shout out to Sean Evans. I'll be asking some good questions and eating some wings. So today we're joined by Justin Porth, who's a realtor,
I am.
a harmonica playing
Yeah.
singer
Yeah.
in Jeff Hoagland Band,
Yeah.
and a father as well.
I am.
Yes.
I am.
Yes.
She's 19 and in college now.
Yes. Yes,
So
she
it's
is.
hard to think about that.
So how are you in spicy foods?
I love spicy foods. I don't like food that is just spicy and no taste. You know what I mean? If you're just here for the hot, what's the point of that? Let's be in pain for no reason.
I think we're going to get that to about
I think we're gonna get there.
6
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. I think this is the one I'm thinking we're gonna start right there.
Yes. Yeah.
That one.
All right, so let's eat the first one.
All right. Buffalo hot sauce.
Yeah. I'm going to eat the entire, this is a lot.
That one's right up my alley.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
So you worked, like in the past, you worked at tire stores.
Mm-hmm.
Manager at Dickie's, I'm sorry, barbecue.
You already
Barbecue shit, yeah.
you already regretting it?
I'm just thinking now, this is just like I don't know why. Why? It's like, I bought them.
Why did I do this?
I bought them. I want to get rid of them. You know, so I gotta eat them. I gotta eat them. I don't want
So
to.
this is the bright idea you came up with.
Yes, this is the bright idea I came up with.
But yes, I was first major jobs out of high school. I was in tire business. I was got a job at Bell Tire, and that was my first real full-time job. I had a full-time job before that as a car porter, but it didn't last long. So I got my first real job at Bell Tire. I started as a tire tech, moved my way up to the front office sales guy, and then at the end before I left I was a first assistant manager. So went right up the ladder. I liked it. It's just difficult dealing with people in their cars.
Oh, I know.
Oh, as you know, yeah.
Everybody's difficult, and you don't want to deal with their difficult people for so much longer.
And they are so worried about their cars and whether you're doing something wrong to it or not, or whether you're getting it right, and it can be a pain.
I always found that to be the strangest thing. To when you would sell people tires, I'd have a guy come in and put $800 worth of these big old truck tires on their car. We're doing that, and then he's like, so what do you think about this Tempo? Like, you need some tires for that. And he'd want the cheapest stuff for the car that his wife drives his kids around in.
Yeah.
He didn't care. It's low ball stuff. So
Yep.
So
that and the people that are putting $1,500 wheels and tires on their $500
car that's got rusted out stuff.
rusted out 84 Regal.
It's a silly thing. So you went, did that, and then your Dickie's Barbecue.
Yep.
Right?
My
and
cousin opened that up.
Yep. So you worked at that for a while.
Yep.
And then you left that in 2017.
Right.
And then you became a realtor.
Full-time realtor. Yeah, I was actually doing real estate part-time while I was at the restaurant. I had 3.5 days where I was at the restaurant all day. Right. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I was there from 9 in the morning until 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. Couldn't do anything. Saturday, I was there at 6:30 in the morning until about 2. So then I figured, hey, I got half a Saturday, I've got Thursday, half a Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. I could be doing something else. So I got into real estate that way, and I was doing real estate those days. So it allowed me to do it part-time and get my feet wet in it. And then when I'd had enough of the restaurant, it was doing well enough on real estate, time to split, time to go. And
Nice.
It's worked out. So
So how do you like doing real estate now? Do you like?
I love it. I I love the fact that I get to help people with their biggest purchase they're ever going to make in their life. One of the most important decisions they're going to ever make in their life. Home purchasing is nothing easy, quick, simple. You have to be, educated, and you have to know what, have somebody that's there that knows the ins and outs that can help you through it. Because most people don't know anything about it.
Right.
They know that they're getting a mortgage and then they're buying a house and that's it. Well, there's a lot more to it. So I love the fact that I'm able to help people do that and make them help them understand the whole process and how it works. So
that's good.
I'm very service oriented. So
good. So is there anything else that you'd like? I know you're doing the real estate stuff. Is there anything in the future that you'd want to be doing also?
I'm a firm believer in myself as a teacher. I always thought I'd be, somewhat of a mentor, a good teacher, somebody that can. Because I'm detail oriented. I'm very particular about paperwork and things, and I feel like people, especially new agents, need that sort of guidance, not just in sales tactics, but in how to properly maintain a deal from start to finish. Because there's so many little things that can get missed and that can cause a problem if you know everything that you're doing from start to finish. And I feel like I could teach people, young agents, new agents, how to properly handle a deal. I think I have a lot of value that I can bestow upon people like that. I always felt like I'd make a good teacher, mentor, broker, that sort of thing. So
nice.
That's a possibility.
All right, nice. Next wing.
You ready?
Yeah, next wing.
We got a green one now.
I know.
It's a little different.
I think this one was actually less than the first one, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
It's like...
Yeah, let's see. Blistered shishito. Okay. We'll Angry Goat Pepper Company.
Oh.
It tastes better than I thought it would.
It's not that you don't feel like heat, do you? Mm-mm. So you grew up in Allen Park, right? You live in Dearborn Heights now.
Yep.
So which one did you like better?
I love being in Allen Park. Allen Park is a little bit different because it's, I don't want to say it's insulated, but Allen Park people normally stay in Allen Park. Longtime Allen Parkers breed longtime Allen Parkers is kind of the way you would say it. People that went to school in Allen Park, grew up in Allen Park, most of them buy back into Allen Park. And I just love the fact that most everybody knew most everybody. You don't get a lot of newcomers, and not because we didn't allow them, but just because when you grew up, you were rushed right back into it. You wanted to be right back into the city. So you have generations of families that have been there for 100 years. So I love the fact that everybody knew everybody and knew their kids and their grandkids, and
that's nice.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
Dearborn Heights is a little bit different. I like it now, but it's separated. So if you don't know Dearborn Heights, there's a southern area of Dearborn Heights, and then it stretches up Telegraph, just on Telegraph, and then there's a big section, northern section of Dearborn Heights. So it's kind of separated. So you don't have like a full city camaraderie. You actually have a lot of division between the southern Dearborn Heights people and the northern Dearborn Heights people. I'm a South guy.
Out of any place around, where is there a place that you'd like to live?
You mean like around the Detroit area?
Anywhere?
I want northern Michigan.
Northern Michigan?
I want northern Michigan. I want land. I want to buy acres of land and plop a barn dominium in the back of it, away from everybody, and be on land. Close enough to where there's a city, something where I can get stuff. I don't want to be completely isolated, but I want northern Michigan. I love northern Michigan. I've been going up to northern Michigan for years. My parents live up there now because they loved it.
It's like Traverse City type, or
my parents live by Rose City. I don't know, people, Rose City is maybe not West Branch.
Okay,
My parents live just about 20 minutes somewhat northeast of West Branch.
Okay.
So somewhere around there. I love that east side because you don't get the major lake effect that you do on the west side. Lake effect snow.
Yeah.
You can get 24 inches of snow in 12 hours along the west coast. You don't get that. You get snow, which is great because I love to snowmobile, but you don't get that crazy lake effect snow that you get on the west side. So it's a little bit easier to deal with. But that's just where we've always gone. We've always been east side, northern Michigan. That's kind of where we staked our claim. Somewhat central too, maybe over by Houghton, but that east side is where we've been.
Yeah.
And that's where I want to be. I love it up there.
Future.
Love it. That's my future spot.
Plans.
Yep.
Next wing.
Uh-oh. All right. Let's see. Real fruit, low sodium, all natural. Spicy sweet with passion fruit.
Passion fruit. I don't think that's supposed to be in this at all. I'm not going to get any passion after I eat this wing.
It says hot sauce with a twist.
So daughter graduated in 2022, and
Yes.
she went to Framingham State University in Massachusetts.
Framingham
State. Yep. And now she's going to Madonna.
Correct.
Right?
Yep.
In Michigan.
Yep. She's staying on campus there too.
What's she going to school for?
Elementary education.
Okay.
Yep. She did that out at Framingham as well. That was her major. She didn't feel like she was able to focus herself being out there. Too many things to do, nothing to keep her focused, and she just didn't like it. She didn't like it. She wanted to be back closer to home. She didn't mind staying away, from the house, like staying on campus, but she was too far away. She thought she never really been away for any sort of length of time, so it was a big difference for her. And I just thought she couldn't focus properly. Now she's back going to Madonna. Yeah.
That's a 13-hour drive.
And it was all of 13 hours. I drove her out there and unloaded all her stuff. Oh, my goodness gracious. I was so happy that I didn't have to go pick her up.
I didn't even know Madonna had, on-site dorms.
They've got 3 or 4 buildings that are dormitories. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I think she's technically still considered a freshman because I don't think she had enough credits coming back. But it's her second year. She took a semester off, so she's starting her second year now. She just went back at the beginning of January. So far she likes it. She's on the cheer team.
Good.
They basically recruited her to be on the cheer team at Madonna.
Nice.
She went to one little tryout, and as just a guest she has friends on the team, so she went as a guest, and the coach just immediately said, "I want you. Let's go." So. She's on the cheer team and
getting her studies in.
Yep, finally.
Going to be a teacher.
Going to be a teacher. I don't know how I feel about that, but
I know nowadays.
But
that's a tough. I mean, it's good. I mean, thankfully she wants to be something of that nature because
we don't have enough people that want to do stuff.
That's correct.
That serves.
Yeah. That's correct.
So I feel lucky that I got a daughter that wants to serve, and I think it's right up her alley too. But as long as she can buckle down and do it, I think she'll be successful.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Next wing.
All right, Los Calientes, barbacoa, hot sauce.
I put so much on this.
Uh-oh. Oh, you did? You kind of covered that one pretty good, didn't you?
Yeah, especially when I got to eat the entire wing. Okay. I don't even know drips on the board. Just soak them up with your chicken wings. I'm not dipping this in mine anymore. So they usually do this, on the show, Hot Ones.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so much better. Got me thinking drink.
Yep.
So they usually do a Instagram deep dive.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And you don't have much of Instagram. So
I really don't. That's true. Oh, yeah. Yeah. One of my favorite pictures of all time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that picture.
That was in my grandparents' basement, I believe. I'm 1 year old, maybe, if that. And that's my dad, obviously, sitting next to me. Just 2 guys, hanging out, having a drink. Me and my apple juice, and it looks like some orange soda and orange pop in his hand. But I've had that picture so long. that is one of my favorite pictures, and every time it comes back around on Facebook, it's one of those ones that you always share because when it comes back around. So that's one of my favorite pictures. And my dad does not look like that anymore. No. All right. This is one of the ones I was kind of worried about. Not because it was super hot, because I generally don't like the green chili stuff.
Okay.
And it kind of smelled weird. So let's see.
This might be the one that was just like, it just doesn't taste good at all. But
Diablo, spelled with a J, not an I. Filipino hot sauce. And down at the bottom it says Power Jab. Okay.
Yeah, there's some heat.
That one had an initial heat to it.
So, what was the most impactful advice that you've ever received in your life, and how has it affected you?
That's a tough question. I've gotten a lot of advice. I think it's I don't know if it was actual advice, but it was more of an example. My dad talked about it a lot, but he never put it into like a phrase that you could take as, but always be a productive member of society, right? Work hard, do the right thing. We're not here to get in trouble and take from people. Be a productive member of society and pass that down to your children so they have good work ethic and things like that. And that's kind of always stuck with me. And I've been in funks where I've not been as successful in business and in certain areas of my life, and it never led me to do bad things. Crime or anything like that, because that was always in the back of my head. I'm still going to be a productive member of society. I'm going to do something. I'm going to get myself out of it, and I'm going to go back to work. I'm going to work twice as hard and get myself going again. You know what I mean? So that's probably been the most impactful thing, is that, and I guess he did put that, because that is a phrase he said to me quite a bit, is always be a productive member of society. And that's kind of what stuck with me and always kept me working hard. Nice. So that makes sense. I guess there we go. That'd be the advice.
There we go.
Yeah. You ready?
Next wing.
All right. This one's the Whiskey Smoked Ghost.
Yeah.
All right. That's the last one. Never mind. I'm going for
Oh, I gotta dip this a little bit because a lot ran off.
Yeah. This was one of the runnier ones, the lighter ones. That is very tasty. Still not getting that super hot burn. No. I know I'm going to regret saying that, but because it's coming. But no, that one's actually very, very tasty. And that's what I like. Got a little bit of bite, but really good flavor.
Yeah.
Well done.
So, Michigan fan?
Of course.
Lions fan?
To the bone.
Right? Mm-hmm. So how'd you feel when Michigan won the national championship this year?
It's been a long time coming. Granted, I was around for the 97 championship. I was 16 years old, So I was around for it, and I was super happy and all that. I came home from the hospital as a baby in a Michigan onesie.
Okay.
My grandfather had season tickets, took me to numerous games over the years.
Nice.
I was born and bred a Michigan man. Went to U of M Dearborn, so I had season tickets right out of high school. This season was definitely a little surreal and a little emotional. Very, very emotional. I probably, that Alabama game, I probably met my step goal for the day times 2. as I was pacing back and forth behind my couch watching the game.
Yeah.
Wow, what a game! And I didn't miss a second. I still, my socks are undefeated. That's my little.
I got this. We're the same socks.
Got the same socks. They're Michigan socks, right? That's my little hashtag I put on my Michigan post. My socks are still undefeated. So, but no, that's everything to me. I'm a diehard Michigan guy, maize and blue in my blood, and that was everything. And now you got
the Lions.
Now you got the Lions, and again, another. I mean, who doesn't love football? But I'm a football guy. Even though I played hockey growing up, and I'm a hockey guy, football's always been there, always been a major thing because of Michigan football. And then you bring it to the Lions, and what I made a post on Facebook and it just started off as saying, I don't think I've ever had a greater week of local football in my life. When Michigan won, Lions got the first playoff win.
Mm-hmm.
How do you don't get better than that? The only way you get better than that, Lions go to the Super Bowl.
Right.
And I'm waiting for it, man.
2 more games.
Waiting for it.
One more game to get into it.
One more game to get there.
And then the second one.
What 2 more difficult teams to go through to get there, though? The Niners.
Yeah.
And then possibly the Ravens in the big one. Ugh.
Yeah, and we haven't won a Super Bowl yet.
We haven't been to a Super Bowl yet.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, we've won national championships.
Back in 1957.
50s, yeah, a long time ago.
Yep.
And now, go to the Super Bowl would be...
It's big. It's everything.
Mm-hmm.
We are the longest tenured team in the league that's never been to the damn Super Bowl.
Now, do you feel like, especially with social media, how it is influenced by everybody and everything? Everybody just posts lies, like, constantly about things. So, like, about this, the NFL, like, have you seen and followed or even believe at all that the NFL is scripted?
I think I know where you're getting at, yeah. It's hard not to, just because a lot of things line up. And I'm not one to just poo-poo things and call things, coincidences a whole lot. I think there's a lot of truth in a lot of things, but I can't just go and say it's scripted. Although there's a whole lot of things pointing right to it. So yeah. I don't think it's scripted, but maybe a calculated guess, like for the colors in the Super Bowl logo.
Yeah, I see that. So the colors were a certain thing, and then all of a sudden people started talking about these colors. Like in the past colors, those are the teams that went. Those are the teams that went. And all of a sudden they had the same colors that were San Francisco and the Ravens.
Right.
So they're like, that's how it's going to be. But then all of a sudden when that talk started coming up so much, all of a sudden they came out with an additional logo.
Right.
Like why? Like, you didn't come out with additional logos previously, but now you are because so many people are talking about it being scripted.
Up.
So
maybe, like I said, I wouldn't call me a conspiracy theorist,
right?
Yeah, but I also wouldn't say I'm a poo-pooer either.
Right.
Where there's smoke, there's fire a lot of times, and maybe, but for it to be an actual script, no. For the NFL to lean on something, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe try and push it as much as they can.
Next wing.
All right. Ginger Goat.
Yeah.
Tropic Star.
Yeah, this jumps up 40.
Okay.
Last one only jumped up 20. So I got it on my hand. Damn it. It's kind of funny. I did the hot chip challenge, and it was incredibly hot.
Right.
So hot. Oh, my God. I've done this once. I got up to the next one, and I was done.
Mm-hmm.
But even now, it's not hitting me like it did before.
How bad were you fighting it the last time you did it? Were you fighting it through these and things? Were you fighting it a bit, or was it kind of like this until you got to that one?
I think I got up to the fifth one.
Okay, so we're talking about like right here.
Yeah. Then I was like starting to feel it a lot. Yeah. But then number 8 was just,
Yeah,
which, it's a hot one. I mean, the bomb's the hot.
that's the one I walked in the room and looked at and went, oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, that one's got a little ting on my lips, a little bit. Not bad.
So, Jeff Hoagland Band.
Yeah.
Right? Harmonica player, singer.
Yep.
When did you start that?
Oh, God.
And, I know it was a long time, but
Yeah.
and then there was a break in between.
So I first picked it up probably sometime 02-ish, 01, 02, somewhere in there is when I first picked up harmonica. So Jeff was my best friend back then, and then ended up marrying his sister. So he's also my brother-in-law and my best friend at the time. He loved going to blues clubs, so he would go to the Attic Bar in Hamtramck, main spot for blues in Detroit for years and years and years. Unfortunately, it's no longer there, but so we would go down to the Attic Bar and we'd sit in and play with, he'd sit in and play with whoever was playing that night, Uncle Jesse White or Shut-Eyed Pete or the Butler Twins, which is probably the biggest blues band to come out of Detroit. He'd sit in and play with them. And I had just decided, heck, I'm gonna pick up a harmonica, see if I can do anything with it, right? He ended up going from just going and sitting in. The Butler Twins actually brought him into their band. They needed a new lead guitar player, and they chose him to play.
Nice.
So he was playing with the Twins, and I was going to all the shows, and I'd take my harmonica with me. Clarence Butler was the harmonica player in the band. Real old guy from Mississippi, sitting up there playing harmonica, who better to learn from? Well, he didn't teach you anything. He just said he'd tell me, go home, listen to little Walter, try and do what he do.
Okay.
So, but sitting watching him, I was like, man, he's really good. It'd be awesome to be able to do something like that. So I'd sit and listen to him, and then I'd try and emulate it, the car ride on the way home even. But then it really got me. I felt like I could do it. So I sat down and tried to really get into it, and it ended up coming to me. I tried to do that with guitar in the past as a teenager, and it did not come to me at all, no. Right? This seemed to come to me. I was able to pick it up and do things with it, even, no matter how small or easy or what, I was able to do it, and I was able to replicate it. And I was like, okay,
nice.
I got something here.
Sure.
So then that's when you put on the records and you start trying to do what the old legends can do. How are they doing it? What are they doing? So you take that, you do it, and then I was able to start making stuff like that my own, coming up with my own licks, that sort of thing. So he's in the Butler Twins band. They're done. Clarence passed away, and then Curtis passed away, so the band was over. So Jeff started his own. He had a harmonica player originally that was the bass player in the Butler Twins band. So the bass player from the Butler Twins was Jeff's harmonica player. One of the best harmonica players I've ever heard in my life. Also one of the greatest human beings I've ever met in my life. So he was awesome in, talking to me about it. Not really teaching me, because you can't really teach harmonicas because you can't see it, right?
Right.
You can't see what string, like a guitar, you can see what string they're plucking. You can't see anything, right? So he knew how to talk to me about it, and I'm doing this on here, I'm doing this on here. So I was able to get a little bit more familiar with how he is doing things, and he was fantastic. Such a good harmonica player. Well, he had to leave the band for whatever reason, and Jeff was like, okay, you're in. Joined in, and it was just like fit like a glove. Played for a few years, and then for circumstances we won't go into on this podcast, I left the band for a while, and I was out of the band for 12 years. And then finally, the circumstances that caused me to leave the band in the first place left me. So now I started coming around again, and not long after I started coming around again, his harmonica player that had playing with you, Eric, who's a great dude, another one of the greatest human beings walking the earth. Just a nice guy and a great harmonica player. He had a little medical issue and had to step back from the band. So Jeff, again, here you go. Come on in. And I've been back in the band a little over a year now, and it's been great. A lot of fun.
So I noticed that you had different harmonicas. Like you have like 6.
Oh no, I have a bandolero with 10 of them on there.
10.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are all those?
So each one is in a different key.
Okay.
So a diatonic harmonica is a 10-hole harmonica. It's tuned to a certain key. So key of A, key of B, key of C, so on and so forth. So in the blues scale, you play in second position, which means your root note is on the second hole, right? So that second hole, you play when you're playing in second position. You play in blues. You play the fourth note, right? So blues is basically a 1-4-5 time, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So the note progression, you start on the root note and you can go from there. So if the song is in the key of, say, G, which a lot of blues is, song is in the key of G, I have a C harmonica because it's the fourth. So G, A, B, C, number 4, right? So I have to have a harmonica if I'm playing diatonic for each of those keys.
Gotcha.
So, we play in all different types of, all different keys. All our songs are in a different key, so I have to have a harmonica to go with that. Go with that key. So that's where the belt comes from.
Gotcha.
And the belt actually it was Clarence Butler's bandolero belt that he used to hold his harmonicas.
Oh, nice.
Which is awesome. So I keep that with me. I will never use, people are like, oh, here, check this case out. You can hold all your stuff and, carry it around. I'm like, nope.
Yep.
Nope.
Got something.
My harmonicas will not come out of that belt. That stays with me. That will always be held in that belt. So
you've done the blues music for so long. Is that your favorite type of music?
Is it my favorite? It's close. I am so eclectic in my music taste, though. Everything from Tupac to Slipknot, from Led Zeppelin to a little bit of pop stuff from the to the Backstreet Boys to to Robert Johnson, the original blues, I listen to everything.
Nice.
So it's tough for me to say that I have a favorite type of music. What I get the most, what I feel the most, is probably blues, and then probably into hard rock, metal stuff is where I really go into. I think that's where I get the most excited.
Yeah.
But I'll rap you a Tupac song anytime you want.
It's all
I'll
good.
throw down on an Eminem song, man.
It's all good.
Yeah. All right.
Next one.
This is the one, Dave.
This is the hot one.
This is the bomb.
Yeah, it's the
This
bomb.
is where you ended off last time.
Yeah, we went from 110 to 135, which doesn't seem like it's a lot, but it's a complete different from the last, I think, in my opinion.
Here it goes.
Yeah, it's going.
That just doesn't taste good. It bites. It just doesn't taste good. Oh, I'm surprised it actually does have a taste. You know what I mean? If stuff gets hot, it just heat.
I don't think the last one has a taste. What? Does heat have a taste? We'll know shortly.
Yeah, that one hurts. That one hurts.
It's hurting me right now. Oh.
But it doesn't hurt enough to make me stop.
Woo. My eyes are watering right now. This milk ain't helping right now.
That's a good one. Yeah, that hurts. And it does not taste good.
No.
That's not worth it.
Oh my God,
The
dude.
juice was not worth the squeeze on that.
Woo.
Yeah. That's the first time I've tried that. And like I was telling you, the bomb is usually the one where everybody starts to really feel it and get hurt.
Yeah.
And they all say the same thing. Not only does it hurt, it don't taste good either. Why are you a thing?
Yeah, why is it so much? From the last one.
Consume one drop at a time with extreme caution. Well, I had
That was a
it
lot of
dumped
drops.
all over all over the top. Kansas City. Yep, Kansas City, Kansas. Not even Kansas City, Missouri.
Ooh. Okay. If you could go back in time,
Yep.
what would you do that you regret today not doing?
Do I have the knowledge of that I have today, or just
Yeah, like right now, like, for me, for example, I wish that I would have stayed in college and finished out my degree.
Yeah.
I really wish I wouldn't have wasted half of a year and then dropped out and didn't do that.
yeah? What I would do is go back and get into real estate right away, rather than waste time going to school that I hated. I went to be a mechanical engineer. I'm somewhat engineer minded. Engineers are a little bit different. Very numbers, logic. The whole thing. And my brain does work that way a lot. But I hated school. I didn't want to do the job, so I wasn't successful at it. If I would have got into real estate right after school, right after high school, my life would be very, very different right now.
Yeah.
Getting into it at 35 is not the same as getting into it at 19, 20. You really build up we call it sphere of influence, but you build up people. You build up people. You build up past clients. You build up the customer base at 19, 20, rather than 35. You have a bigger customer base to pull from. So that's probably what I would do.
Gotcha. Eat.
All right. Second to last,
You don't want to know.
Zuzu's 7-pot sauce.
You don't even want to know what the Scoville level is on this.
Heat meter 9 out of 10, huh? Okay. Here we go. I'm waiting for it.
Me too.
It's not there. Did I just not put enough on?
That is Dawson's, right?
Yeah. You disappointed me. Well, here, let me... Got a little bit of meat left on this one. Let's...
I can taste it in my mouth, but
I didn't even really taste it.
not at the level it says it's supposed to be at.
Okay. Let's try that again. Just to see, because that was disappointing. I was ready to...
I was thinking, what if eat one of these things and just bruh! That would be some video right there.
Yeah.
I can feel
Okay.
it. I can feel it now. And
Now, here's the problem. It's actually a thicker sauce. You just got some of the more runny runoff.
oh yeah, I didn't
So-
shake it up either.
Yeah, we got some of the runny runoff, and you didn't quite get the whole thing. I got some on there. Still not terrible, but
Really?
yeah.
I'm not gonna do it. I tasted it. I can taste it still, but it's not that hot.
Mm-hmm.
That's supposed to be 620 Scoville.
You mean 620,000?
20,000, yeah. 620,000 Scoville.
No, I'm not worried about that.
All right, so what is the hottest food that you have ever eaten before these wings?
So back in my early 20s, when I had my first house in Lincoln Park, I was on a bowling league at Rosedale Lanes in Allen Park. Roosevelt Lanes, not Rosedale Lanes, Roosevelt Lanes. And there was a guy that would come in there and sell salsa. Really good, really fresh salsa. And he'd bring it in these plastic tubs. You could tell freshly made. It was really tasty. And he would, he had different levels of, heat to it. I said, well, yeah, give me the hottest one you got. He said, okay, here you go. I was like, oh, that's really good. It's not so hot. It's not so bad. He's like, I do make them hotter, but I make them to order. Okay. I said, yeah, make one for me for next time. Come and bring it to me next week. No problem. And he gave me a little wink. I'm like, okay. Came back next week, brought me that salsa. Oh my God. Oh my God. I ate out of it one time. It was pure, what do they call it? Capsaicin. It was just pure capsaicin in the cup. Oh my God, it was unbearable. That's the hottest thing. Next hottest thing, my uncle used to grow peppers in his backyard. I'm not sure what they were, but I was trying to be a tough guy. He's like, dude, they're really hot. Be careful. I said, you grow them in your back. How hot could they be? Bit the whole thing right off. Paid for it. Crying the whole bit. I was like 12, trying to be a tough guy. Went and sat in the car and cried.
That's hilarious.
I couldn't do that now though, for some reason. I don't eat a ton of really spicy foods, but apparently my palate's dulled.
Yeah.
Because I'm going through this, no problem.
Yeah. I'm surprised. This last one here is supposed to be, supposed to put the extra dab on it.
I'm gonna, because I don't think I have enough sauce on there to begin with.
Yeah, I'm gonna shake this up a little bit just because that's probably the problem I had. Like you said, that last one.
Yeah.
I wonder if all of them I should have shook up before.
Maybe that was our problem.
Right. That's why it's all very easy for us. That's probably what Sean does. He probably just pours them on there like normal and then shakes them up for everybody else.
Yeah.
He doesn't even eat chicken.
He doesn't do the chicken anymore?
No. Mm-mm.
Is he doing cauliflower?
Yeah, he does like vegan wings now.
I know there were some of the guests that they had on there where they were doing cauliflower.
Yeah, he switched off. I don't know what season he did that at, but yeah. All right, a little dab will do you. No.
You can see it's a bit thicker now than it was when you originally poured it on. This ought to be good.
Oh.
Do we do the dink?
Ching.
Ching, ching.
I don't know why I want to do that.
All right,
here we go.
That is tasty. A little bit of a slow burn.
I don't know why I made that the biggest wing on my, my thing. Mmm. Well, you did it.
Oh, yeah. No problem either.
Right. So just like the show, you can plug yourself. That camera, that camera. Just tell them how they can get a hold of you.
So I am a real estate agent. I serve all of Michigan. Phone number 313-461-3318. Call me. Text me. You want a free home evaluation? We do that. Want to know what your house is worth? Definitely do that. Absolutely free, no charge. Just want to have a conversation? Give me a call. Shoot me a text. Love to do that. Check out our band, Greenback Saloon and Wyandotte, second Saturday of every month. We're there. It's a great bar, great food, great drinks. And we have some other shows sprinkled in there as well.
Where's that at?
That's in Wyandotte on Fort Street, just south of Eureka. Great little bar. We play there once a month, every second Saturday. So check us out.
That'll do us.
Got it?
Yes. Thank you.
Good man.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. It's a great time.
Yes.